Hi everyone, it's Dorito here, and today we're going to look at the 2018 Sandcrawler. So let's take a look at the minifigures. So the first minifigure we're going to look at is Luke Skywalker. I would have preferred Uncle Owen maybe, or maybe Uncle Owen and Luke Skywalker, but then again, this is a playset, and the other two Sandcrawlers that came out before this one did have Uncle Owen, but they were much bigger, and those types of sets usually have exclusive characters like that. So he has a binoculars piece, yeah, and I think that the hair piece is too big. That Luke Skywalker in the movie didn't have that much hair, but then again, that would have been really hard to make in Lego form. The prints and the character in general, I think, are the same as the other sets. They haven't really changed anything, but that's fine because the prints are good. I think is a good representation of the character. Our next character is one of two Jawas, and this one is one of the same ones from the battle pack, just has a different blaster piece, which is a megaphone, which is kind of weird, but it looks pretty nice actually for the Jawa blaster. I think that works. One thing to note, inside, here you can see it better, but the eyes have extra printing. It's not just yellow circles. There's a bit of orange printing around it, just to give it some depth look, which I like that. As I said before, the print for this one is the same as the battle pack, and also the other Jawa that comes in the set is the same print as the second Jawa for the battle pack. So they just reused the prints, but that's fine because the prints look pretty nice. This one actually looks pretty similar to both prints from the Escape Pod set. The other one from the Sandcrawler set doesn't look so much like it because it has this tattered clothing look on it, and the other ones don't. But this one looks pretty similar to the other two. But I'm glad that they did change it up. Just give some new prints. It looks pretty nice. Our next minifigure is the first of three droids, and this one is a medical droid, and they made it really banged up. I like the banged up look that they did. I also like the colors. I think tan and gray look really nice together. It looks like a Tatooine color, and this is a Tatooine set, so I like that. The back has no extra printing, but that's okay because there's holes in there, but it would have been nice to get some little extra printing maybe on the sides or maybe on the back of the head. Just would have been consistent with the front. So yeah, that's the medical droid. Our second droid is what I believe to be a Republic droid. I think this was from the prequel trilogy, but I think in Rebels, the second season of Rebels, there was a droid that Chopper met at the end, and that said he worked for the Republic. And this one looks very similar. So I think that was from the same type of droid. If you turn it towards the light, you can see a lot of damage and wear and tear that they did on the prints, and I really like that. And unlike the medical droid, they do the same on the back, just not on the back of the legs, but at least they do some there. I really like that printing. The head mold is very nice, and the whole droid just has a shiny look, especially the head. It gives it a metal look, and I really like that. Our last droid and our last minifigure is, it's a type of R2 unit, but I don't think it's an R2 unit. It has a bit of a slanted head, and it's not round. It has a yellow color to it, and unlike R2-D2 and a bunch of the other droids, the printing doesn't go all the way around the head. It starts here with some wear and tear and some nice prints on it, and you can see that line, it stops. Here's another look. It just stops there, and then the back has some more. I really would have liked it if it went all the way around. That kind of bugs me. The back of the droid doesn't have any prints, but that's usual. The legs also don't have any prints, but that's also usual. The front, though, has lots of good detail with wear and tear to make it look like it's been hauled in a Sandcrawler for a while. I think that this is a good droid, and I like it that this one's exclusive. I think all three are exclusive to this set, at least that I know of. But I do wish the printing went all the way around. So going right over to playability, this thing has quite a bit of playability, and I'm going to start with the wheels. So there's a knob at the back right here, and you just turn it back and forth, and both wheels turn. So here's a better look at that. So there's a mechanism in there. So when you drive it, and you like turn it this way, then it will turn, or you can like back it up, or so that gives a nice range of motion. And inside there's a little control panel. So the whole control panel tips back and forth. There are some little levers on it. There's some printed consoles there, which makes for a very nice look. And that's pretty much it for the top. For the rest of the playability, we will need to open it up. So you can open up this part. You can take off the top piece here. Then you can remove these side pieces on both sides, and you can flap open these pieces. So that gives it a lot of room. So yeah, let's get into it. The first play feature is a little bit of a track inside here, and that's for the little cart that comes with it. So you just push it out and it slides out. So that's pretty nice. I like that feature. When you push it out, there's a bit of a lip here, but you just have to push it over and then slide it snugly back in. The cart itself is very simple, but it does the job well. Those two knobs are for maybe a droid, or that you can put these crates that come with the set on there. So there's just a little compartment here. For the top area, the top floor in the main area, that's pretty much it. The bottom floor is more extensive. So there's a crane inside that folds up really nicely in, and it has a lot of range of motion. Just gonna zoom out a bit, or pull back. So it has a lot of range of motion. You can turn it this way, this way, this way, this way, like lots of motion. This end piece you can hook up to a droid, which looks really nice. And it has a certain pin that wherever you push it, whatever on the end is supposed to just stay in one area. If it's too light, it probably might have some trouble doing that, but for the droid, it's heavy enough for that to work. The control space for beside the crane is quite detailed, and there's no prints, which is nice. There's a little controller here. You can move it up and down. There is some prints there. It looks like the Death Star a little bit, but it's just circles and kind of like a, I don't know, radar map, it looks like. There's another print here, which also looks nice. There's some sort of a can there. There's some steps up to a small 4x6 platform that you can put numerous figures on, like this droid fits on there pretty nice. You can add other people on too, or other droids. That's pretty much it for the length of it. The track just kind of comes up to here, so there's not much more. On the other side, though, there's a bit more. On the other side, there's this big empty area, and that is for where you can put the droids. So I fit more than the 3 droids in there. I fit maybe 5 droids, and probably more than that. You'll have to put some up here on the platform. I already showed you the interior, and there's not much more interior than I already showed, so let's go right to the look. So look in general, I think it looks fine. Like, there could be more detailing, especially in the 2014 Sandcrawler, the UCS one. There's much more detailing around the whole thing, and this one's kind of just brown. I like the look, but they could have done more detail, but this is a smaller one than the other previous 2 Sandcrawlers, so it makes sense why they do less detail. Look, compared to the movie, I think that for the scale that they did, LEGO did capture the look, but I think that the Sandcrawlers should be thinner. I also think that the angles should be more pronounced. The angles here, they are there, but they're not very noticeable. And I think if it was slightly thinner and the angles were more pronounced, it would be more accurate to the movie. However, if it was thinner, then there would be less room inside, so that's another downside. So I think I don't know, it's a compromise. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like and or subscribe. Also, if you have a comment, you can leave it in the comment section below, and I'll see you next time.